Hi, thanks for dropping by. This is episode 1 of RankHigherSpeaks, and I am Rana Guha, the CEO and founder of RankHigher. One thing that I get asked often by businesses is why do I not get engagement on social media? What do I do on social media to get more engagement? Now today I'm going to list down 6 points for you as to what you need to do on social media to drive more engagement. Point number 1, research your audience. Now you don't want to be a brand who doesn't know its audience at all. So find out who your target audience is, what's her gender, what's her age profile, what's her family background, what does she do on weekends, what are her interests, where does she work. Because if you understand your audience, then you know what kind of content to create that's going to appeal to the audience. Point number 2, does she care about what you produce on social media? Now this is a cardinal sin most businesses make. They feel social media is an extension of traditional marketing channels. They feel that, okay, I have a print ad, I have a TV ad, I have an out-of-home campaign, I can replicate the same thing on social media. But dear friend, that doesn't work that way. Why? Because social media is not about you. It's about the people, it's about the audience. See, they come to social media for a very specific reason. It's to elevate boredom. It's to get some entertainment. It's to check other friends and what they're doing on social media. It's to follow a news. So if you try to create pushy, salesy content, that's not going to work. Because you have to understand that you are including their personal time and space. So you better create content that is worth their time and effort and the energy that they spend on social media. Point number 3, have you respected the social media platform enough? Now what I see most brands doing is they'll create a content for Facebook and replicate that in all social media channels. But that doesn't work. Why? Because you have to understand every platform is there for a specific reason. The reason why a person goes to Facebook is very different from the reason he goes to social media like Twitter or Instagram or LinkedIn or any other social media out there. Every platform has its own merits, has the reason why it exists in the first place. So you have to respect the platform, the kind of conversation and why people go there. And you have to tailor your content that sort of works for that social media platform. Point number 4, have you figured out that what kind of content that I should produce? Are you producing quality content enough? Because I see most brands are doing a very patchy and shabby work of Photoshop or doing some crappy stuff which no one cares about. Don't do that. Invest in good designers, invest in good social media people, invest in good video. And at the end of the day, it's all about creating beautiful stories. Storytelling is an art, and that can only be done by a good team who can support you deliver that. So ensure that you produce quality content that people want to engage with. Point number 5, have you figured out, am I measuring the social media matrices properly? Because most brands don't do it. See, one thing is, you're producing content and you're figuring, okay, some posts are doing well, some posts are not doing that great. But then you have to understand there's a pattern to it. You have to understand why some posts do well, which days of the week the posts tend to do better, what kind of emotions that tend to get more engagement. Track them, because all social media profiles or all platforms will have their own insights where you can track down and figure out what kind of posts are doing and how they're doing. There are enough tools out there to help you measure that. Track those matrices. Figure out bucket them based on what kind of profiles and what kind of posts are doing the best. Do more of the successful ones. It's not rocket science. You just have to measure and do more of those successful ones. As simple as that. The last one, which is also very important, is have you planned your content calendar ahead in time? Because if you don't do that, you'll be in a mess, because at the end of the day, you will end up doing some shabby work, some patchy work just to get posts going up. But that's not what you want to do, because that impacts your brand also. You have to understand that if you're not putting the thought in place and you're not doing well, you're not advanced, you're not planned well in advance, you're not going to come up with good content. So ensure that you have a calendar which is at least like 30 days, you're prepared for the content for the next 30 days and keep doing it. But yes, keep some room for topical events that are happening globally. For example, let's say there's a World Cup happening at the moment that we're discussing. There can be a political issue that everyone's talking about. There could be anything that impacts the majority of people and they want to be on social media discussing that. So you should be ready for those kind of topical events, because when you engage with them, that's going to create a lot of engagement. So it's always a balance, a fine balance between being well planned in advance and also having room, space for these kind of topical events. So as I said, there are 6 points. You do them well, and I'm sure you're going to really drive up the engagement for your business. So thanks for watching episode 1 of RankHigher Speaks, and I'm going to see you on episode 2. Till then, this is Ronak from RankHigher signing off, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.